Good afternoon, everybody. This is Damon Bond of Bond Realty Group, licensed real estate broker in the states of Connecticut and New York. Hope everybody's doing well. Today is September 11th. Okay, it is Tuesday, September 11th. Hope everybody's doing well. If you ever have any questions for me, you can always email me at dbond011@gmail.com. That is dbond011@gmail.com. You give me a call. My business line, 203-394-8123, 203-394-8123. You call, leave a message, text. I will get back to you. I will respond to your emails eventually. Hope everybody's doing well. Okay, so welcome to Real Talk. This is where I discuss real estate issues that I think is important for the public to know, and I hope it's able to guide you so you can be a better investor, consumer, seller of homes, whatever it may be, whatever your forte may be. I'm here certainly to help. I know you used to see me in a suit, shirt, and tie in particular, but today was my day to get things around my abode up to date, if you will. So I've been doing a lot of run around the Home Depot, been tinkering with some things here and there. So that's why you don't see me, but I'm always working. So I'm here at the office to do some paperwork. All right. So just before I go on to today's topic, let me just give a shout out to the brothers and sisters down in Florence, South Carolina. That way, I know they've been bombarded by storms or whatever have you. My next video, I think I'm going to do something about FEMA flood zones and stuff like that, and how this can impact you as a home buyer, a home purchaser. So I think I'll do something like that. But today's topic on Real Talk, I want to discuss. Because somebody made a comment section and asked me, did I ever specify where can one find bank-owned properties and stuff like that? And I thought about it. I said, you know something? I never talked about the focal point of where can one find bank-owned properties. I mentioned about bank-owned properties, whether how to obtain a mortgage. That's one of the videos. The ins and outs of buying a bank-owned property, one-on-one for investors, things like that. So I talk about bank-owned properties a lot in terms of how that goes, but I never really fully discussed what it is you need, where to find these things. So I do apologize for that. Sometimes I forget that as a real estate broker, the average person may not know. Some of you do know, and some of you are very well informed. But this is for those who are not well informed, and even for those of you who are well informed and may know more than me, maybe I could throw something out to you there. All right. So a couple of things here about where to find bank-owned properties. Naturally, the first place I'm going to say is your real estate professional can assist you in finding bank-owned properties. I just ask you, before you see a real estate agent, have your ducks lined up in a row. Once again, I said this before, and a lot of this is going to seem redundant, but it all comes together because it's very, very important. But first of all, know the areas you want to go in, because sometimes I have people who say, I want something in Fairfield County or New Haven County. Where Fairfield County and New Haven County are the two largest counties in Connecticut, and it's huge. Be more specific. Are you looking in the Bridgeport, Stratford, Trumbull area, Fairfield area? You're looking in the Stamford, New Canaan area. Same thing as I want to look for a bank-owned property. I want something in the Bronx. Okay, the Bronx is so vast, I mean, what are you looking at? You're looking at, the Bronx, over there in the West Bronx. Or you're looking at the Bronx, in the Pelham section. It's so large, So you gotta hone it down, if you will. You wouldn't say you were looking for a bank-owned property in Brooklyn. I mean, you would, but you need to help your agent out, ladies and gentlemen. So first of all, know the area in which you want to purchase the bank-owned property. That's the first thing. The second thing is this. Already have your finances lined up. So if you're paying cash for property, say, hey, listen, I'm a cash buyer. Here's my info. Here's my docs. I'm a cash buyer. If you are if you're going to plan to take out a mortgage or something, already have your mortgage person, on hand, if you will. Already have it. Say, I already have my stuff over here. So have your money lined up, if you will, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So know location. Know how much work you want to put into it. How much you're willing to put in. All right. I mean, actually, going to do all the maths. Square footage and cost analysis, your cap rate. I get that, but have an idea of how much money you want to put in. That's another thing. All right. Also, ladies and gentlemen, know how much work you want to put in. I might have mentioned that already. Sorry, had a senior moment, been a busy day. But if I didn't mention it already, or I didn't mention it, I'll mention it again. Know how much work you want to put in for it. How you're gonna how long the project's gonna take you, whatever. The location. Be familiar with your location, because as investors, right, a lot of time, unless it's a commercial, like apartment building, and that's even, I'm not going to touch that too much, but know the area in which you're going to invest or have an idea. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of times, particularly if you buy a multifamily property, all right, or even like a mixed-use property, let's say a commercial space, maybe 2 or 3 units, above that, a lot of times prospective investors, prospective buyers will ask the real estate professional, what is it about this area? All they can tell you is, how the traffic count. They get that from the DOT, I guess. What highways is near, what other businesses are around. They can do all that thing. They just do real estate talk. But in terms of, socioeconomic, racial, they can't really touch on that because it may violate fair housing practices. And it's just better not to do that. So it's better to do your own research. So you could drive around, right? Drive around at nighttime, in the middle of the night, see if you have people hanging out all times of night, right? Drive around on a Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon. Drive around on a Friday night or Saturday night. Drive around a typical weekday. Drive around. If you have people, go ask some of the people in the neighborhood. Go ask some of the other business owners. Go ask some of the residents there. How do they get? You could do that, but your real estate broker / agent cannot do that because they could violate fair housing law, and that is not a good predicament to put them in because they could lose their license, they could lose their credibility. You don't want that to happen to them, right? So that's the other thing I asked. So those are all the things you need to do. Now, in terms of the crust, I know you'll say, get to the point, David. The crust of our topic, where to find it. I already mentioned that. Number one, real estate professional, right? Real estate agents can help you. Real estate professionals, they have access to the multiple listing service. The multiple listing service, or AKA MLS, is the Bible for real estate professionals. They know what properties are short sales. They know what properties are bank-owned properties, all right? So they could do that. Another reason why you want to find a real estate professional to do this is because a lot of times the bank-owned properties have websites that the buyer's agent must fill out. So you can't fill that out on your own. The buyer's agent must fill that out. So that's the first step. All right. So number one, real estate professional. Number two, you could go out on your own and find one, but you may still need the aid of a real estate professional. So here are a couple of sites. All right. Number one is the Department of Housing and Urban Development, known as HUD, HUD. You go to a site called www.hudstore.gov. All right. Just type in something like that. They will give you all the properties that are sold by the federal government that are HUD properties owned by the government. All right, that they're trying to get rid of. So it's very simple. They have all 50 states there and the District of Columbia. You just type in what county, or you can just type in the whole state. They'll give you every county where properties are available. Some are more than others in terms of inventory, but that's just the way it is. Now, here's the thing with HUD properties, though. Your agent must be a HUD broker. The agency your real estate person works for must be a HUD brokerage agency. I'm a HUD broker, so I could make bids on behalf of people. Not all agencies, not all real estate firms are able to do that. So make sure that they're able to do that. So they will put in information for you. They have to do that as HUD guidelines. Okay, so they will put the offer in on your behalf. They have to be a HUD broker. All right. So the HUDstore.gov is one place. Another place you're able to do this is Fannie Mae. Fannie Mae has access to foreclosed properties. Fannie Mae is a quasi-governmental agency and what have you. They're able to do this as well. So Fannie Mae will be able to assess you get stuff. But once again, though, your agent will have to put that on your behalf, all right, is a Fannie Mae property. However, agents, there's no such thing as being Fannie Mae, certified or approved. Any real estate person, any real estate professional, as long as they're licensed, can put an offer on your behalf. So that's Fannie Mae, all right? One is not better than the other one, just different guidelines. Another place you may want to go check out is realtytrack.com. It's RealtyTrack. That's TRAC, not TRACK. Like track, like train track. Is RealtyTrack. So that's REALTY, Realty TRAC.com. They will give you properties that are currently pre-foreclosures. This is where the homeowners upside down their loan, and foreclosed properties. And with the foreclosed properties, many of them you don't need an agent. You can do what's called you could do auctions. Okay, you could do online auctions. That's the way you can do it. All right. So that's another aspect you want to do. So RealtyTrack.com. You don't need a real estate agent to do that. You could get one if you want to. You could have one if you want, but you don't need one, okay? You can do this all yourself. There are individual auction sites you go to. Just look them up in your area, in the tri-state area. There's a few. Also, if you go around the neighborhood, sometimes they'll have signs posted, in front of properties, foreclosure signs. They'll tell you the time and date to be there and what have you. Many cities and municipalities have... if you look at the newspapers, people still look at newspapers. The city or certain cities will have what it is when they have the auction, so you can do that as well. Just have a certified bank. Usually, there's a minimum bid they have, so you can do that as well. So these are all ways. These are all directions I'm pointing you to in which you can find bank-owned properties. Somebody also made another comment about bank-owned and REO. Bank-owned and REO are synonymous. I mean, there is a difference, but I'm not going to go into that. It's really a moot point at this juncture. It's kind of like not all doctors are physicians, but all physicians are doctors, that type of thing, so just be aware of that, okay? But I'm not going to go into the nuances about, bank-owned REO. They're all synonymous. They're all basically properties that are owned by some institution. Some asset value management companies have bank-owned properties as well. So these are all the areas in which you can, uncover in terms of where to find bank-owned properties. So I think I covered all my basic points over here. Real estate agent professionals can help you a great deal. HUD can help you. Fannie Mae can help you. RealtyTrack can help you. They give you the addresses also of properties that are upside down in mortgage. So sometimes a person may want to get rid of them, and you say, "Hey, listen, I'll purchase a property off from you. I'll work with the bank, what have you." And like I said, individual websites and through the city and whatnot, they have auctions. So these are all the ways in which you can garner bank-owned properties. So I hope this answers the question: where to find bank-owned property? Where do you go find bank-owned properties? If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call me or email me. My email is dbond011@gmail.com. That is dbond011@gmail.com. You could give me a call, 203-394-8123, 203-394-8123. If you like it on Facebook, share it. YouTube, share it. You can subscribe. And this has been Damon Bond of Bond Realty Group, licensed real estate broker in the states of Connecticut and in New York, wishing you a journey this day and have a pleasant afternoon. Be well and stay strong. Until next time, good day.